Hello, hello. Come on in. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. If you are on the replay, please feel free to share. Tap the screen to give me some hearts and email me your questions. If you have them, my email address is Merissa Grayson at gmail.com. This is my Twitter page. You can follow me on Twitter. I am a natural lawyer. That is what you see on your screen. I'm also a natural lawyer on Instagram.com. And you can find me on Facebook, Merissa V. Grayson-esque as well. So thank you for all of you tuning in. I am going to turn my screen around. Hold on one second. Hey, thank you for joining me. I am Merissa V. Grayson, and for those of you who do not know me, I am a child custody and family law attorney in the Southern California area. I am a child custody mediator, family law mediator, co-parent coach, also known as America's blended family expert, and a father's rights and happy kids rights advocate. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. I am just here. I wanted to come on today to just share some of my story and give some tips on how to rid your life of the drama if you are in a divided or blended family. By divided, I mean a family who is, where the parents are divorced or the parents were never married and are no longer in an intimate relationship. The children are living in separate homes, either with the mom or the dad, or sharing homes between the two of them. So for those of you who do not know my story, I am known as America's blended family expert because not only in my profession do I deal with child custody and family law issues on a daily basis, I am also a wife and a stepmother and a mother. And we have a blended family that at one point was very, very drama filled, to say the least. And I personally have went through a lot of the struggles that many of my clients, most of my clients, if not all of my clients, go through. So I completely understand where you can be or where you are and where you can actually get to if you are willing to put in the time, the energy, the effort, and the work. So what is the whole point in the business of co-parenting? Well, firstly, we live in a society right now where there are 40% of children who are being raised in single parent homes and typically being raised without their fathers. You have thousands and thousands of blended families who are forming every single day all across the world. And children who are a part of a blended or a divided family are more likely to experience teenage pregnancy. They are more likely to drop out of school, and they are more likely to need psychological counseling. So at some point, we have to ask ourselves, why is it that children in these families are experiencing these things? Because we know that there can be single parents who can raise their children to turn out to be great productive citizens of society, to not have any drama, to lead great lives as adults. So how come a vast majority or a vast number of children are experiencing these situations where they end up needing more psychological counseling or going through the stress and drama that children in typical families, may not have to go through? So at some point, we had to realize that the reason that these children are experiencing these things are definitely determinative of the way that their parents are dealing with each other. Because if you have two parents who are living in two separate homes and raising a child in two separate homes, there is an extremely important benefit of making sure that the parents are on the same page. So if the parents aren't on the same page, then that's when you all ultimately will end up with children who are needing to receive psychological counseling or whatever other kind of issues they may experience that are unnecessary and can be prevented. So I wrote my first book on the business of co-parenting in 2013. The second book was 2014. The first book was for single moms. The second book is for fathers. There are two totally different perspectives in each book, but both books teach you how to co-parent in harmony with your children. And it's called The Business of Co-Parenting because I am teaching you and teaching people across the world how to treat their co-parenting relationship as a business relationship. So what exactly does this mean? When you are involved in a business, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're working for a business, you know that a business has a chief executive officer, a CEO. There also may be business partners. There may be investors. There are employees and so on and so forth. So if you're in a co-parenting situation as the CEO, you would be the chief executive officer of your family. You're the highest ranking member, and you are the one that is in management and control of your family and what happens with your family. So taking on that role is oftentimes done by the mom because in a lot of the situations, moms are the ones with custody. And a lot of times, I know that sometimes nowadays fathers are also becoming more and more active in their children's lives and more often becoming custodial parents. So they can also be CEOs. Don't get it twisted. So anyhow, you have the CEO and then you have the business partners. So one parent is going to assume more responsibility than the other in most situations. So you have your CEO and then you also have your partner, and your partner is essentially just like a business partner. You have to be a joint leader and work with the CEO. You have to be the director and also a prominent decision maker in your divided or your blended family so that you can make sure that your family is functioning as one unit, although you may technically be living in two separate homes. So I wanted to teach families this business mindset approach so that you can take all of the emotions out. Because when you're running a business, you can't run your business off of your emotions. You have to run your business based on what the goals of your business are, the problems that arise, and you have to fix those issues as they arise rather than becoming emotionally involved and making irrational decisions. You have to be very tactful and focused and make sure that you're handling your business. So I made the book and I wrote the book based on this concept of the business of co-parenting, because if families take a business approach, you can take your family from drama to harmony pretty quickly. It may take some time. It really just depends on you, the other parent, and how much is going on and what the specific circumstances are. So if you think of it as a business, for instance, you have, let's say if we have I use this example a lot, even in the book. So you have a $2 billion business deal. If you're an entrepreneur or if you're a business person and you have a $2 billion business deal on the table, and you're told that the only thing that you have to do is cooperate with the people in the room, the people that are assigned to your team. You have to be respectful and cooperate with your supervisor if you are an employee. And you have to basically just make it work. You are going to do whatever you have to do to make sure that that $2 billion business deal does not fold. You're going to make sure you do everything that you need to do to make sure that that $2 billion business deal gets finalized. You will deal with attitudes. You will deal with people not appreciating the work that you're putting in. You will deal with people maybe coming at you the wrong way, not communicating properly. You will deal with a lot of things that you don't necessarily deal with. The same goes for if you're an employee for a company. A lot of times, some of you right now may be working a job that you cannot stand. You may be working a job where you feel like you're not appreciated, or you feel like you're being overworked, or you feel like you're putting in more effort than everyone else and you're not being recognized for it. And the whole point in this is you're working this job, or you're handling this business this way so that you can reach your outcome. Because if you're working a job that you hate, the whole point is so you can have a paycheck so that you can survive. Some of you are working a job that you hate, but you do whatever you have to do just so you can live paycheck to paycheck to make sure that you can provide for your children. So when you think of it this way, if you're willing to do that for your job, if you're willing to deal with all kind of drama and issues and ungratefulness and overworking and all of these things that arise on your job on a daily basis, then why would you not do the same thing for your child? You have to shift your mindset so that you can make sure that just as you are dealing with these things in your business or on your job, you have to be willing to deal with these things in your co-parenting partnership and also be willing to take the steps that you need to do to resolve the issues. If you have a problem at your job, you're not just going to go off the rocker and quit your job. Well, some of you will, but most of you won't. You're not just going to quit your job. What you're going to do is you're going to contact human resources. You're going to contact your supervisor or whoever it is that can help you facilitate a solution to your problem. You're not just going to walk away. You're not just going to be belligerent. You're not going to just act however the other employees or supervisors are acting that you don't get along with. You're going to do what you have to do to make sure that it works. The same thing in your business. If you have a business partner, if business isn't going the way that you expect it to go, you're going to sit down, you're going to be proactive, you're going to think about what you can do to resolve your problems, and that's what you're going to make sure that you can handle your business and achieve your ultimate goal. So I challenge you, and I'm telling you that just as you would do pretty much anything within reason to protect a $2 billion business deal or to protect your job that may just be paycheck to paycheck or may just be enough for you to survive, or it may be your dream job. Just as you would do whatever you have to do to make sure that you can maintain those things, that's the same type of mindset that you have to have when it comes to dealing with your co-parent. So you may feel like you put in more effort in the parenting side than the other parent. You may feel as though the other parent's not being cooperative, and you have to take the steps and the initiative to figure out, okay, what can I do as the business partner, the co-parenting business partner? What can I do to positively influence the other parent to maybe cooperate? If the other parent is coming at you with an attitude or the other parent is being unreasonable, what can you do to tone that situation down? Because you can't change the other parent. It's pretty much impossible. You cannot change anyone else but yourself. So if someone is coming at you crazy, you don't necessarily need to act crazy, but you can check them respectfully and let them know that you're not going to deal with crazy. And when you're done being crazy, then you can come back and talk to me and we can talk like grown adults. But if you feed into the drama, then that's when the drama gets worse. And that's the mindset that you have to have for every issue that comes up. You have to communicate. You have to communicate clearly. Don't ever make assumptions that your co-parenting business partner should already know that your child needs X, Y, and Z, because they may not know. Or that they should already know that you need them to help them with X, Y, or Z. They might not know. They may not know that you don't want them to introduce them to their new girlfriend or boyfriend yet. If you don't communicate these things clearly, you cannot expect your partner, your business partner, to read your mind. And that's with any relationship that you have, with your children, with your spouses, with your parents, with your family, and with your co-parenting business partner. And finally, make sure that you are proactive. Keep records of everything. Just like you would keep records for a business, keep records for your business co-parenting partnership. Keep records of your visitation schedule and the things that are happening on a daily basis. Is the other parent attending? Are they speaking with your child on the phone as they're supposed to, according to your court orders? When are they going to go with the other parent? All of these things. And these are the things that you have to make sure that you are proactive and you keep track of, and try to do everything that you can to prevent problems if possible. So thank you guys for tuning in. That is all I have for you today. Unless you have any questions, feel free to type them in the comment box. You can follow me again on Instagram and Twitter. I am a natural lawyer. My website is www.americasblendedfamilyexpert.com. And the book, The Business of Co-Parenting for Single Moms and The Business of Co-Parenting for Dads, are both still available on Amazon. They will be taken down from Amazon within the next few weeks, as I will be republishing the books with added chapters and bonuses and coaching sessions and things like that will be included. So make sure that if you want to get the book now, go ahead and grab your copy at Amazon.com. It's The Business of Co-Parenting. And make sure you connect with me on social media. Thank you for tuning in. If you are on the replay, do not forget to double tap the screen to give me the hearts. And I will see you guys next time.